Okay, let's unpack this. Welcome to our deep dive into what looks like a serious event, the July 2025 North American Heat Dome. Our mission, really, is to pull out the key things you need to know, the forecast, the likely impacts, and importantly, how you can prepare.
Yeah, and what's critical here, I think, is that this isn't just, another hot summer forecast. It's really a moment to grasp these complex atmospheric things and the challenges they bring. Huge challenges for health, for infrastructure, even the economy.
That's a powerful framing. So let's get specific. This heat dome, what exactly is it? How's it different from, say, a regular heat wave?
Well, basically, you're looking at a very strong and long-lasting high-pressure system way up in the atmosphere, like a lid on a pot.
Yeah.
It's forecast to set up late July 2025, mostly over the central and eastern U.S. first. Then it expands north into Canada into early August.
A lid on a pot, that's a good visual.
And the real kicker isn't just the peak daytime heat, though that'll be bad. We expect widespread heat index values over 100 Fahrenheit, maybe even above 110 F, that's 43 Celsius, in places. But the crucial part, very little cooling overnight. We're talking lows possibly stuck near 79 Fahrenheit, 26 C. Your body just doesn't get a chance to recover.
Okay, so it's relentless. That sounds dangerous. For you listening in the U.S., the hotspots look like the middle and lower Mississippi Valley, central and southern Great Plains, especially around July 26th to 28th. And up in Canada, expect hotter than normal conditions too, particularly BC, the prairies. Maybe humidex values hitting 40 Celsius around Montreal.
And when we think about weather dangers, people often think storms, right? Tornadoes, hurricanes. But the data is clear. Extreme heat is actually the #1 weather-related killer.
Really? Number one?
Yeah. In the U.S., heat deaths showed up 117% between 1999 and 2023. It's often a silent killer. Think back to the 2021 heat wave in British Columbia. That caused 619 deaths. It's the deadliest disaster on record for the province.
Wow, 619. And these events, they don't hit everyone equally, do they?
No, definitely not. Vulnerable groups, the elderly, young kids, people with fewer resources, outdoor workers, they're at a much higher risk. And data shows that in the U.S., American Indian, Alaska Native, and Black populations often face disproportionate impacts.
And it's not just the direct heat, right? There's air quality too.
Exactly. You get more ground-level ozone, which is smog, bad for breathing.
Oh, wow.
And then there's wildfire smoke, which can travel huge distances. We can see impacts in cities like New York, Chicago. Canada already has advisories out in several provinces.
So a double whammy of heat and bad air. What about our systems, infrastructure?
Yeah, that's a huge concern. Our power grids are really strained by heat. We saw a 60% jump in heat-related outages just between 2014 and 2023.
60%? Why so high?
Well, partly it's just more demand for air conditioning, obviously, but also think about AI data centers. They're booming, and they consume enormous amounts of power. Projections show they could increase power demand by like 12% by 2030. So even our tech habits play a role here.
That's fascinating. And transportation gets hit too. I remember hearing about roads buckling.
Yep, saw that in Missouri just last month, June 2025. Heat makes asphalt buckle. And railways. They often have to oppose speed restrictions, causing delays.
And the cost, you mentioned the economy earlier.
Right. Just in the U.S., the estimated extra healthcare costs linked to heat are around $1 billion every year.
$1 billion, and yet, isn't there an issue with how heat is classified for disaster relief?
That's a major point. There's a policy gap. Extreme heat isn't officially classified as a major disaster under the main federal frameworks like FEMA's Stafford Act. And that limits federal funding for things communities desperately need in these events like cooling centers or help accessing AC.
Okay, so this is serious, it's costly, and it hits the vulnerable hardest. Now, you mentioned climate change earlier. How does that fit in?
It's fundamental. Climate change is basically acting as a threat multiplier. It's making these heat waves more frequent, much more intense, and longer lasting.
So this isn't just bad luck.
Not really, no. There's a field called attribution science. They study specific events. For the 2021 BC heat wave, they determined it would have been, quote, virtually impossible without human-caused climate change.
Virtually impossible. That's stark.
It is, and we've seen warnings before. The 1995 Chicago heat wave killed around 700 people. It really exposed inadequate response systems back then. And honestly, some of those same challenges persist today. We still struggle to deal with these sort of invisible disasters.
Okay, so given all this, what should you, our listener, be doing right now and when this hits?
Simple actions are really key for personal safety. First, hydration. Drink lots of water. Seriously, more than you think you need.
Water is best.
Absolutely. Limit alcohol, caffeine, sugary drinks that can actually dehydrate you.
Let's take it.
Seek out cool places. If you don't have AC at home, find public libraries, shopping malls, or check if your community has opened official cooling centers. Spend the hottest part of the day there if you can.
What about fans? People always reach for fans.
Good question. Portable electric fans. They only really help if the indoor temperature is below about 90 degrees Fahrenheit, that's 32 C. If it's hotter than that, a fan can actually increase your body's heat stress because it speeds up dehydration, like a convection oven effect.
Wow, okay, that's a crucial tip. No fans above 90 F indoors.
Right. And please, check on people. Check on family, friends, neighbors, especially if they're elderly, live alone, or have health conditions. A quick call or visit can make a huge difference.
Simple but vital advice. Looking bigger picture, though. Individual actions are important, but what about systemic solutions?
Yeah, exactly. To be truly resilient, we need more than just individual preparedness. We need systemic changes. That means things like making our power grids much more robust and heat resistant. It means pushing for federal rules to protect workers, especially outdoor workers, mandating paid breaks, water access, shaded areas, and the biggest one, of course. We need aggressive, long-term cuts in greenhouse gas emissions. That's the root cause we have to tackle.
So, tying it all together, this July 2025 heat dome, it's a stark warning, isn't it? Both for the immediate dangers and for that bigger climate picture.
It really is. True resilience means doing both things at once. Preparing for the heat that's already locked in, while working decisively to prevent things from getting even worse through climate action. Without seriously cutting emissions, frankly, our efforts to just adapt will eventually be overwhelmed.
Okay, final thought then for you to consider. How can we as a society shift from just reacting to these heat waves after they happen towards proactively building communities that are truly resilient, where extreme heat isn't this invisible disaster anymore, especially for those who are most vulnerable? Something to think about.